Show. YouTube Cole Spivey.
Yeah, man. Speaking of grandmas, I do have a story about my grandma Mimar. She was kind of a delivery driver. She had a Lincoln, those big old Lincolns. Man, her theory, I mean, this is what she would say, is when you're driving, as long as your foot is on the pedal, like that, and you're hauling, that's how she felt that you should drive. All of my cousins would go, like, they had the radar thing and everything, you know, beep, beep, beep. I'd drive around with them. It was like Dale Earnhardt in the NASCAR. I mean, she was like that in her Lincoln. She'd take us to school. You'd have to have your seatbelt on. You'd possibly break your neck on some of her turns. They're like, and she would make this turkey noise, like. My grandma was a complete, like, she was a mad woman behind the wheel driving. But she was the cook for the church. So she had to drop off all the prepared meals to people in the church, and it could get cold. She's probably overseeing a lot of this, even though she's passed away, because I know she's probably in heaven. I'm pretty sure I don't know about my grandfather, if he's waiting out in the lobby, waiting to get up there, because supposedly he was an atheist. The guy's an idiot right there. I'm just saving gas. We're looking at 419. I'm sure she's understanding that, Mimar, you know. Like Ben Gant, Look Homeward Angel, where he's talking to his dead brother. But my grandma was the cook at the church. It is true. She did cook for the church. And she did have to drive crazy to go around and drop off those meals all around town. And she actually told me not to be a teacher. Because I had applied, I'd gone to UTA, I'd already graduated University of North Texas, already gone to New York New School. I came back here and I was just trying to be a teacher. She said, well, don't try to do that anymore, you know? So, I don't know, now I'm dropping off prepared meals, you know, but I'm not in a Lincoln. And when I'm talking about Lincoln, I mean a Lincoln Town Car. It was like a white Lincoln Town Car. The thing had like dead dog stains, like blood stains on the side of the car, where she'd like ran over dogs trying to. No, I'm just joking. Maybe a squirrel, like dead squirrel stains. A dead squirrel was always either like underneath the grill, or at least stuck to the front of the Lincoln Town Car. Mimar. It was a version of Marie. My other grandma, though, was named on my sister. Her name was Wawa. It was Granny Wawa. I think it was the same. It was my sister trying to say Margaret as a toddler, as a little baby. And it came out Wawa. Say Margaret. And my grandma would say, my great grandma would say to my sister, say Margaret. And she'd say, Wawa. You know, my sister would say Wawa back, you know, out loud. Her name was Margaret Mitchell. So she could have been the real Margaret Mitchell. You never know. Nobody really knows. People fake their death all the time. Margaret Mitchell. You know who that is? Gone with the Wind, baby. Gone with the Wind. Yes, I know chess, chessboard, the chess, and speed chess. Not a whole lot, but I've played some chess, and it's cool. Yeah, you can learn a lot of stuff on Google on chess. Chest is cool. And I noticed I was saying chest. I meant chest. Or breast. Breast are cool too. Or chest. Or chess. Chess is fun too. Chess. C-H-E-S-S. But playing it like on a checkerboard. You know those checkerboard things? Remember when people say checkerboard, they mean a chest of drawers? They say Chester drawers. But that's just chess. Just play chess. Not checkers, but chess. And there's also chess like, who needs a dream? Who needs ambition? You know, from the Broadway musical Chess. Here goes another nut right here. I don't know. I'm just saving gas. I don't know. I just think that's sane. There. Yeah, there it is. Well, she got her phone. I mean, her food. She couldn't really find me, though. Anyway. Will not be undersold. So I just called Jersey Mike's and I asked them, what's your cheapest sandwich? It was like some kind of ham sandwich. I said, how much does it come out to be? He goes, $6.66. So I'm like, okay, what do you have anything that's a little more expensive? So they have another ham sandwich that's version of that, but it's $6.87. Can you imagine? Yeah, give me the sandwich that cost exactly $6.66 for me, please. This is Jersey Mike's. They're from Jersey. I don't know. Anyway, I went with the $6.87. So as I'm approaching my sandwich that costs $6.66, I'm like, ah! I don't get it. This is look at this guy right here. He's probably just got one of those sandwiches right there. That's it. But anyway, he's like, the guy's right from Seattle, coming from Portland, Oregon. Now I just got the $6.87 one, but I mean, come on. What are they thinking? They can't make it for $6.67? The guy's got like little devil horns, you know. Oh, you chose the 666 sandwich. Right, man. You're only paying $6.66. You know what that means. Still looking for Jersey Mike's. I wonder if these kids are going to get the 666 sandwich. Hey, Mom, can we get the sandwich at Jersey Mike's for $6.66? I mean, there's kids that buy these sandwiches. I mean, come on. Is it time for a Bible lesson, kids? Is it time? So it's $6.87. Okay, so we got it. Little snack, like while we're working, kind of thing. This is kind of like it unfolds from Jersey. There's something right here. Gotta grab something else. Hang on a second. This thing right here. I got that. Kind of what Linda teaches me right here. So anyway, I don't know. It's $6.87, and it's a sub, but it's not $6.66. So it's a few cents difference, and it is on this kind of bread here, as you can kind of see. There it is. And then they kind of cut it up. I don't know. I can't follow what they did here, but anyway. That could be the best. Taste-wise, they're right there with Quiznos. When it comes to these styles of subs, I'm going to give it to Jersey Mike's. Better than Subway. About as good as Quiznos, but not as good as Schlotzsky's. But pretty dang good. I'd say they're pretty serious. They're pretty good. I mean, I look at weaknesses. You know, there's weaknesses. Sometimes there's people that are weak, right? And we have our weaknesses. let's look at drug addicts and let's look at horrible alcoholics. Okay, let's just look at it for a minute. Now let's look at our love towards what? God, right? We love God. So I have a problem sometimes. I do not smoke. I do not drink. I do not crave beer. I'm not the type to go to the grocery store at night and buy beer. I don't really do that kind of stuff. Never brought that home a 6-pack. I don't, do that kind of stuff at all. I think when in my 20s, I had a 6-pack abs. But yeah, every once in a while I like to get, a Cuban sandwich or whatever it was at Jersey Mike's. Whatever type of sandwich they have that has ham and lettuce and it's really good and it tastes good and it's $6.87 and I was hungry. Now, does God still love me? Well, sure he does. God fed 3,000 people, 3,000 hungry people, fish. It's like these people are hungry. Let's give them fish. Everybody gets fish, Of course he still loves me. But sorry about the slight temporary Dutch angle. But if you're a meth head and you're slamming meth, you're like, well, as long as God still loves me. I don't think so. And, I don't know. I don't know. He probably does, but he wants you to clean it up. Or you're drinking like 20 beers a day. Does God still love me? Well, he doesn't want you doing that. Now, he doesn't want you eating like 7 Cuban sandwiches and drinking a 2-liter of Dr. Pepper either. So, we can all talk about that because that's the one thing the addicts always talk about, especially alcoholics. They're going to talk about food. Food's going to be the conversation. We'll stop eating so many pizzas. We'll stop slamming freaking methamphetamine or whatever it is that you're doing that's wrong. Or drinking, Scotch whiskey straight up, or whatever it is that you're doing wrong. Because he knows the difference. So I don't feel, sorry about the slight Dutch angle going this way, but I don't feel that the sandwich, like the Jersey Mike's, Cuban sandwich, whatever it is, whatever, it's a ham sandwich, whatever, because I'm a little bit hungry, I don't feel really bad about that. But if I would have stopped off at a local liquor store and bought some vodka, no, not good. God would be probably a little bit upset. He'd probably want to sit down and he would say, hey, wait, what's going on here? Let's stop that, Use common sense. If you're an addict or an alcoholic, don't argue with someone that likes to stop by and get a sandwich or something, or maybe eat a slice of pizza or something. Everybody has a sin that they do, so they can rationalize it. But in this society, that guy's a big-time butthole too. That's just right. In this society, you got to use common sense on that kind of stuff, especially if you want to function, relatively function. There's a squirrel that was back there, and it didn't make it. It was like flat. Look at the vultures getting ready. So they smell him somewhere. You can see him up there. And it basically did not make it. And the squirrel's just flat, right in the street. Poor guy. Basically, I was just trying to make a point that there's a difference between eating a sandwich and, cutting up an 8-ball and nearly dying like Chris Farley or something. But he did both. Chris Farley would probably eat 4 or 5 foot-long sandwiches and then snort a bunch of Coke and then drink a bunch of beer and barely make it through the night, But he was that way. Not that I'm putting Chris Farley as an ideal role model, because he's certainly not. But what I'm saying is that it kind of makes me mad sometimes, when I get around these people that really have a severe problem, and then they make a suggestion about, well, why did you eat that burrito? Okay, I'm sorry. Okay. Well, let's just do it this way. How about I just become perfect, then maybe I could feed you 3,000 pieces of fish. These are like little Hollywood set, like backlot houses or something. Looks almost exactly like Truman Show-ish kind of neighborhood. To me, it does. Especially this long road right there. Yeah, so if I stood in front of a classroom and talked about the gig economy, I'd be like, "Hi class, how are you today? I'm Cole. I'm with the gig economy. Now, I want to get y'all prepared for this type of new career. And what it means is that you're probably going to be on the road dropping off sandwiches, pizza, maybe a steakums, possibly a hot dog. Could be fancy Italian food all over the place, which will require you to be out in your car, driving about the neighborhoods of your local, maybe city, or possibly metroplex or county, for about 12, 15, maybe 20 hours a day, starting off. And then eventually when you figure it out, maybe you could do an 8-hour, maybe a 5-hour shift every once in a while. It just depends on how much help you have. But regardless, it's great if you're trying to start a YouTube show. And today I'm showing you some footage of a tractor. Isn't that great? I'm not saying how the results are going to go, but they're like, "Yeah, man, I like your YouTube show. You got like 1,270 something edited vlogs and everything. It's pretty cool. Can I give you this right here?" Really? Okay, so here is the fair. Now, they did come up with this last year, and I did go by, and it is a Tangier outlet fair. But I just kind of wanted to take a sneak peek at it. It's not like an amazing fair. It's not, the guy's from New York right there. But it's not like the most amazing fair ever. But it's kind of cool, you know? It's just they got little tiny rides. You get like a corn dog. It's almost like a fake fair. Look, they got this all blocked up right here. It's literally maybe like 10... It's like a mall fair almost. You know, this is a mall. This is basically it's like an outlet mall, an outdoor mall. But they really have these real rides. There's like a climbing wall. Get little tickets on that. They got little bumper cars. It's not huge. It's not like the biggest fair ever. But then they got something called the Blizzard right here. You know, I mean, it looks like that's like, and then there's a fun slide right here. There's something called the Viper. Oh my God, I don't even think I'd ride that. These are like major carnies. They should call it the Carney Fair, the Traveling Carney Fair. This is Tangier's outlet. I mean, oh, well, I guess they get people from these apartments and stuff. I don't know. Pretty crazy. Well, I was thinking about therapy and psychology and, the difference between like a psychologist and a psychiatrist. When I was younger, my psychiatrist, I had the psychiatrist from Ireland. And he'd go, Cole, you don't look good. You don't look good. It's time for you to try something. Try some Lucky Charms. This type of Lucky Charms. And I was like, okay. But what I heard from Sigmund Freud, I don't know him. I don't like commune with him while he's dead or through the afterlife. I don't commune with Freud. I'm not saying that. But what I read or what I understood that Sigmund Freud said, the Irish are immune to therapy. They're immune to therapy.
Hi everybody, I'm giving a long speech about something important. I just want you to listen. Hi.
Please subscribe show. YouTube Spivey. Yeah.